What if I told you that the most powerful cleaning and healing agent sitting in your grandmother's medicine cabinet right now could completely transform your entire summer? We are talking about a 3% hydrogen peroxide solution that costs less than $2 at any pharmacy, and Grandma has known about its incredible versatility for decades, while the rest of us have been spending a fortune on specialized products that do a fraction of the job. Today, we are counting down 25 absolutely genius hydrogen peroxide summer hacks that will genuinely change how you live this season. Plus, I have a bonus hack at the very end that Grandma saved for special occasions only. Stay until the end, because that bonus one is the most surprising of all. Let's get into it. Number 25. Keeping your cooler fresh all summer long. Before you pack your cooler for any summer outing, spray the interior walls and base with undiluted 3% hydrogen peroxide and let it sit for 10 minutes before wiping it down with a clean cloth. The peroxide breaks down the odor, causing bacteria that love damp, dark environments, eliminating that stale, musty cooler smell that builds up over a season. Grandma always did this before every family picnic, and her cooler smelled perfectly fresh every single time. The oxygen released during the bubbling reaction physically lifts residue away from the surface while simultaneously killing microorganisms at the cellular level. Number 24. Reviving your garden tools after a long winter. Mix equal parts 3% hydrogen peroxide and water in a bucket and soak your rusted or grimy garden tools for about 30 minutes. Use a stiff brush to scrub them clean, then rinse and dry thoroughly. The peroxide oxidizes the organic matter clinging to the blades and helps loosen surface rust without damaging the metal underneath. More importantly, it sanitizes the tools so you are not transferring soil-borne diseases from plant to plant when you are doing your summer gardening. Grandma never skipped this step before planting season. Number 23. Treating swimmer's ear naturally. After a day at the pool or lake, mix equal parts 3% hydrogen peroxide and warm water. Tilt your head sideways and use a dropper to put 3 to 4 drops in the affected ear. Let it bubble for about 60 seconds, then drain by tilting your head the other way. The effervescent reaction helps break up earwax buildup and kills bacteria that thrive in the warm, moist ear canal after swimming. This is one of those old-fashioned remedies Grandma swore by long before there was a specialized eardrop product for every minor ailment. Number 22. Whitening your garden stepping stones and concrete paths. Mix a solution of half a cup of hydrogen peroxide with a gallon of water and scrub it onto your concrete paths, stepping stones, or patio surfaces using a stiff bristled brush. Let it sit for about 15 minutes in the sun before rinsing away. Summer sun actually enhances the bleaching reaction, making the hydrogen peroxide even more effective at oxidizing the green algae, black mold stains, and general grime that accumulates on outdoor surfaces during the warmer months. Your outdoor spaces will look completely refreshed without harsh chemical bleach. Number 21. Making cut flowers last significantly longer. When you trim fresh flowers from your garden or receive a summer bouquet, add just 1 tablespoon of 3% hydrogen peroxide to your vase water. Change the water and add a fresh tablespoon every 2 days. The peroxide inhibits bacterial growth in the water, which is the primary reason flowers wilt and die prematurely. Bacteria in the vase water clog the stems and prevent the flower from drawing up nutrients. Grandma's kitchen table always had flowers that seemed to last twice as long as everyone else's, and this was her secret. Number 20. Removing grass stains from summer clothing. Apply undiluted 3% hydrogen peroxide directly onto fresh grass stains on white or light-colored fabrics and let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes before rinsing with cold water and laundering as normal. The peroxide breaks apart the chlorophyll molecules responsible for the intense green pigmentation in grass stains. For tougher stains, make a paste with hydrogen peroxide and a small amount of dish soap. Apply it to the stain and gently work it in with an old toothbrush. This works best on cotton and natural fibers rather than synthetic fabrics. Number 19. creating a powerful fruit and vegetable wash. Fill a clean spray bottle with 3% hydrogen peroxide and spray it generously over your fresh produce. Let it sit for 3 minutes, then rinse thoroughly with cold water. This effectively reduces pesticide residues, surface bacteria, and mold spores that accumulate on fruits and vegetables, especially those you purchase from markets during summer outdoor gatherings. Grandma always insisted on washing produce this way because she understood that water alone does very little to remove the invisible stuff clinging to the skin of your food. Number 18. Keeping your outdoor furniture cushion covers mold-free. At the start of summer, spray your outdoor cushion covers with 3% hydrogen peroxide and allow them to air dry completely in the sun before placing them back on your furniture. Repeat this process every 2 to 3 weeks throughout the season. The peroxide kills mold and mildew spores before they have a chance to colonize the fabric and create those dark, ugly spots that are nearly impossible to remove once established. Prevention is always easier than treatment, as any wise grandmother will tell you. Number 17. Sanitizing your reusable water bottles and sports cups. Pour about 2 tablespoons of 3% hydrogen peroxide into your reusable water bottle. Fill the rest with warm water. Shake vigorously and let it sit for 30 minutes. Rinse thoroughly afterward. The narrow necks of reusable water bottles make them incredibly difficult to clean properly with a brush alone, and bacteria accumulate rapidly inside during hot summer months when you are constantly refilling with drinks that contain sugar or electrolytes. The peroxide reaches every corner of the interior and eliminates biofilm that regular dish soap cannot fully remove. Number 16. Fighting foot fungus after summer pool days. Create a foot soak by mixing 1 cup of 3% hydrogen peroxide into a small basin of warm water and soaking your feet for 20 minutes after returning from the pool, lake, or any communal water area. Athletes' foot fungus thrives in warm, moist environments and communal spaces, and this peroxide foot soak creates an oxygen-rich environment that is genuinely hostile to fungal organisms. Grandma kept a dedicated foot basin near the back door for exactly this purpose every summer without fail. Number 15. Cleaning and sanitizing your outdoor grill grates. After grilling, while the grates are still warm but not scorching hot, spray them generously with 3% hydrogen peroxide and let it sit for 5 minutes before scrubbing with a grill brush. The peroxide loosens carbonized food residue and kills bacteria left behind from raw meat. Summer grilling is one of the greatest pleasures of the season, but contaminated grill grates are a real food safety issue that most people completely ignore. This method is safer than using chemical grill cleaners around food preparation surfaces. Number 14. Refreshing and deodorizing smelly summer shoes. Spray the interior of your summer shoes with 3% hydrogen peroxide and allow them to dry completely in a well-ventilated area or in direct sunlight. The sun and peroxide work together to destroy the bacteria and fungi responsible for shoe odor, which intensifies dramatically during hot summer months when your feet sweat more. This works particularly well on canvas sneakers and sandals with fabric straps. Grandma used to set shoes out in the summer sun with a peroxide spray and called it giving them a good airing out. Number 13. Bleaching and brightening your summer whites naturally. Create a soaking solution using 1 cup of 3% hydrogen peroxide in a full sink of cold water and soak your white summer linens, tablecloths, or clothing for 30 minutes before laundering. Unlike chlorine bleach, hydrogen peroxide is gentle enough to use repeatedly on fabrics without breaking down the fibers over time. It works by releasing oxygen that oxidizes and neutralizes the yellow and gray pigment molecules that cause whites to look dingy and dull after repeated washing and sun exposure throughout the summer season. Number 12. Healing minor sunburns more quickly. Mix 1 part 3% hydrogen peroxide with 1 part aloe vera gel and apply it gently to sunburned skin using a soft cotton pad. Leave it on for 5 minutes, then rinse with cool water. The hydrogen peroxide helps clean the surface of slightly damaged skin, while the effervescent action can temporarily soothe the burning sensation. Follow immediately with a good moisturizer. Grandma always had aloe growing in the garden and combined it with peroxide for summer skin emergencies. Always do a small patch test first and avoid using this on severely blistered or broken skin. Number 11. Clearing up a green swimming pool fast. For small above-ground pools or inflatable pools that have turned green with algae, add 1 cup of 35% food-grade hydrogen peroxide per 100 gallons of water. Important safety note here, 35% peroxide is much stronger and must be handled with gloves and eye protection, never undiluted on skin. The high concentration oxidizes algae cells rapidly, clearing green water within 24 to 48 hours. For standard backyard pools, always research appropriate dosing for your specific volume. Grandma used this trick on her beloved backyard pool every single summer. Number 10. Getting into the top 10 now, and this is where the hacks get even more impressive. Using hydrogen peroxide as a natural insect deterrent for your vegetable garden. Mix 2 cups of 3% hydrogen peroxide with 1 gallon of water and spray it directly onto the soil around your vegetable plants early in the morning. This oxygenates the root zone, which discourages soil-dwelling pests like gnats, fungus fly larvae, and certain burrowing insects that attack plant roots during summer. The extra oxygen also actually benefits root health, creating a double advantage. Plants grow stronger while pests are discouraged simultaneously. Number 9. Making a powerful DIY sunscreen stain remover. Summer means sunscreen stains on everything, and hydrogen peroxide is one of the best treatments available. Apply 3% hydrogen peroxide directly onto the yellowish-orange sunscreen stain on fabric. Let it bubble for 10 minutes, then blot with a clean cloth and launder normally. Sunscreen stains are particularly stubborn because the avobenzone in many formulas reacts with iron in water to create that frustrating orange discoloration. The oxidizing action of peroxide breaks apart these compounds effectively without damaging most fabric types. Number 8. Sanitizing your outdoor trash bins before they become a summer nightmare. Pour half a cup of 3% hydrogen peroxide into a spray bottle mixed with a cup of water and thoroughly coat the interior of your outdoor trash bins after emptying them. Let it sit for 15 minutes before rinsing with a hose. Summer heat makes trash bins into breeding grounds for bacteria, maggots, and illness-causing pathogens. The peroxide kills the bacteria and destroys the organic compounds that attract flies, reducing both the smell and the insect problem simultaneously. Grandma considered bin cleaning a non-negotiable weekly summer chore. Number 7. Creating an emergency wound cleanser for summer outdoor cuts. Keep a small bottle of 3% hydrogen peroxide in your summer first aid kit for cleaning minor cuts and scrapes that happen outdoors during summer activities. Apply it directly to the wound and allow it to bubble for 30 seconds, then rinse with clean water. The bubbling you see is the enzyme catalase in your body tissue reacting with the peroxide, and this reaction physically removes debris and dead tissue from the wound while providing a brief antimicrobial effect. Note that medical guidance has evolved on frequent use in wound care, so use this for initial outdoor cleaning only and consult a doctor for deeper wounds. Number 6. Removing berry and juice stains from your summer tablecloths instantly. Blueberry picking, watermelon juice, cherry popsicles. Summer is full of intensely pigmented foods that destroy light-colored fabrics. Apply 3% hydrogen peroxide to the stain within the first few minutes of it happening, before it sets into the fabric fibers. Let it fizz for 60 seconds, then blot with a clean white cloth and rinse with cold water. The oxidation reaction breaks the molecular bonds holding the intense pigment compounds to the fabric threads. Acting quickly is absolutely essential here. The longer a berry stain sits, the harder peroxide has to work to remove it. Number 5. We are in the final 5 now, and these are the ones Grandma was most proud of. Number 5. Keeping your pet's water bowl and food dish hygienically clean during summer heat. Summer heat dramatically accelerates bacterial and algae growth in pet water bowls left outdoors. Rinse pet bowls with a solution of 1 tablespoon of 3% hydrogen peroxide in a cup of water. Scrub briefly with a brush, Then rinse thoroughly with clean water until no residue remains before refilling. This kills the pink slime biofilm that accumulates in pet bowls, which can harbor harmful bacteria. Grandma was devoted to her animals and would never let them drink from a contaminated bowl. Number 4. Using hydrogen peroxide to extend the life of your summer berries. As soon as you bring strawberries, blueberries, or raspberries home, prepare a bath of 1 tablespoon of 3% hydrogen peroxide in 3 cups of cold water. Gently place your berries in the solution for 2 minutes, then drain and spread them on a clean paper towel to dry completely before storing in the refrigerator. This kills surface mold spores that cause berries to deteriorate within days of purchase. Berries treated this way routinely last up to 2 weeks in the refrigerator compared to the 3 or 4 days most people experience without this treatment. Number 3. Whitening discolored outdoor plastic furniture. Summer sun causes plastic patio furniture to develop an ugly yellowish tinge over time, and most people simply replace their furniture when it reaches this point. Instead, mix a paste of 3% hydrogen peroxide and a small amount of baking soda and spread it over the yellowed plastic surfaces. Cover with plastic wrap to keep it moist and place the furniture in direct sunlight for 3 to 4 hours. The UV light activates the peroxide's bleaching properties far more powerfully than indoor use, and this combination can restore plastic furniture to a nearly new appearance. Grandma never threw away furniture that could be brought back to life. Number 2. Creating a powerful mold and mildew spray for your outdoor shower or pool bathroom. Pour undiluted 3% hydrogen peroxide into a dark spray bottle because peroxide degrades in light and must be stored away from it. Spray it generously onto moldy grout, mildewed shower tiles, and bathroom surfaces in your outdoor shower area or pool house. Leave it for at least 15 minutes without rinsing. The extended contact time is what makes this treatment genuinely effective rather than just superficially cleaning the surface. Peroxide penetrates into the grout and porous tile surfaces where mold roots itself, killing it from below the surface rather than just bleaching the visible discoloration. Number 1. The number 1 summer hydrogen peroxide hack is something Grandma used to keep her entire home smelling clean and fresh all season long. Make a room and fabric refreshing spray by combining 1 cup of 3% hydrogen peroxide with 2 cups of distilled water and 15 drops of your favorite essential oil. Lavender and lemon work beautifully for summer. Pour this into a dark spray bottle and use it to mist curtains, upholstered furniture, throw pillows, and even the air in any room. This eliminates airborne bacteria and neutralizes odors at a molecular level rather than masking them with artificial fragrance. It is safe to use around children and pets once it is dried, and it leaves fabrics smelling genuinely clean rather than chemically perfumed. Now here is the bonus hack Grandma saved for her most treasured visitors only: using hydrogen peroxide to rejuvenate and rescue a dying houseplant or garden plant. If a plant is showing signs of root rot, that mushy brown root condition caused by overwatering that kills more houseplants than anything else, water it once with a mixture of 1 tablespoon of 3% hydrogen peroxide per cup of water instead of plain water. Do this once per week for 3 weeks. The extra oxygen molecules released by the peroxide travel directly to the root zone, essentially resuscitating oxygen-deprived roots while simultaneously killing the anaerobic bacteria responsible for rot. Plants that seem completely beyond saving will often show new green growth within 10 days of this treatment beginning. Grandma treated every single struggling plant in her summer garden this way, and her neighbors were absolutely convinced she had a magical green thumb. The truth was far simpler, and now you know it too. If you made it all the way to the end, you now have 25 plus 1 incredible ways to use a product that costs almost nothing and delivers results that will genuinely blow your mind this summer. Try just 3 of these this week and tell me in the comments which one surprised you the most. Do not forget to share this with someone who loves clever life hacks, because Grandma's wisdom deserves to be passed down. Subscribe if you want more videos like this one, and I will see you in the next one.